Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm finally going to be doing the ranking the Harry Potter movies. So I was requested this when I did my last video, which was ranking the Harry Potter books, and I got a lot of requests to do the movie version, so that is what I'm going to be doing. Let's get to it. Also, a disclaimer for this, I've been meaning to rewatch the Harry Potter films between my last video and this video, but that is something that I have not been able to do yet. So I ended up watching Dylan is in Trouble's rewatch of the series, so that's what I'm basing my opinions on, and not an actual current rewatch because I haven't watched them in quite a while and I really need to, but I always stop at like the 4th movie, which is really weird. So at number 8 I have the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I know what you're thinking, it's like, oh, it's one of those movies that's meant to be, part of the, the ending. I'm like, no, it was actually not that good. Like, it was so boring. Like, honestly, I thought so much more would happen in it, but it really only happened in like the last 10 minutes of the film. Like, they were in a forest for the majority of the time. Like, I understand like that was like kind of the majority of the first half of the book, but it just felt like it just kind of dragged out, and it really did. Like, I don't really have many fond memories of watching the film other than like being like, oh my god, Bellatrix throwing the knife, oh my god, Dobby dead, oh no. Like, that is literally the only feelings I have towards the film. Like, nothing else. Like, it was all in that last half an hour, whatever it was, in the film. Number 7 is the Half-Blood Prince. I don't really, I don't know, it's one of those films that were like, I don't know, maybe because of how, in comparison to the book, like, there was so much more information passed in the book than in what the movie did, and it just, they were starting to get a little bit more slow paced as well with the films towards the end, which was a bit laggy, and sometimes I'm like, I just want to watch a film, and be on my feet, but it was like constantly like, da, 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 whoop, right at the end. Like, all the action happens in the last, half an hour, and it's like, and also Dumbledore dies, so that's also not one of the best parts in the film, in the film series. But it happens for a reason, I can say, because of the last book / 2 movies. So at number 6, I have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So, I don't know, I think it was just because it's starting to get, or not that it's starting to get darker, because it was showing that it was darker, like in Prisoner of Azkaban, but it was starting to get a bit darker, and I don't mind darkness, obviously the book gets a bit darker, but I don't know, it just kind of didn't really feel like Harry Potter, after the 5th film. I don't know why, maybe it's just me, I just have all good memories up until the 5th film, I don't know, maybe that could be it, but I don't know, just didn't really, I don't know. And also they cut a lot of information out of the 5th one, which also annoyed me, but that is okay because they had to take things out for continuity as well as time, because they couldn't add everything into it, obviously. So at number 5 I have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So the Prisoner of Azkaban, I don't know, I think it was just very eerie, and me growing up, I didn't really like the eeriness of the films, of that film in particular. The Dementors were freaky, and that added to it, and I don't know, I just wasn't a huge fan of that. I really liked the twist at the end, and I really liked that, especially reading the books, it was just, that's all nice and stuff like that, but I don't know, just the eeriness of it just I didn't really agree with it, but I think that's just more a personal thing. I know a lot of people love the darkness in Prisoner of Azkaban, whereas I didn't. So at number 4 I have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So I think I mainly don't like this one because of the voice change that they, especially the 2 boys go through. I understand they're going through puberty at that point and they're changing their voice, but I don't know, it really unsettles me, the voice, and it's the voice change, so it's ugh. And also the way that the film went about, it was a bit meh, up in the air, and I I actually prefer the book a lot more to the film. So at number 3 we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This one was a lot more action packed. You got a lot more like for your money's worth kind of thing. Like you just like were in, like things I had, or like the things that happened in the first movie, you know, sadly come up to fruition in the second, and it's like, you know, bang bang bang, Battle of Hogwarts, yeah, woo. It was really good, that one. Like, I'm kind of glad in the sense that they've divided it into 2 films, so then we had like such a nice long like Battle of Hogwarts, but at the same time sometimes I feel like that first part was not needed, but you wouldn't want to rush the Battle of Hogwarts, especially like with how they did it, even though we don't like the ending and how Voldemort just evaporated. He just... So at number 2 we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So I was actually going to put this at number 1 because I'm very fond of the story in Goblet of Fire. I think because it was also the first Harry Potter film I'd actually watched in cinema as well with my mum, and it was, yeah, I think that's why it's a lot more sentimental to me, that film. So I was going to put it at number 1, but then I realized like all the stuff that made like Goblet of Fire great in the books, like they completely skipped it in the films. So yeah, like SPEW, like you can't forget that, and like a bunch of other stuff. Oh, what's her name? Rita Skeeter being Animagus. So much gold content, but completely skipped over. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would you have the first film at number 1? I think it's always just the film that I always get to when, you know, like when I'm just like, I want to watch Harry Potter. I always start at the first film, and I feel like it's the film that I watch the most. So it kind of has to be at number 1 because I always rewatch it, even if I don't get to the others afterwards. That film, I think, is just like a nice, like it settles me, it calms me, it's a beautiful story, and I really enjoy that whole first movie. Like, even though a lot of people didn't like it because of the acting and things like that, but I actually enjoyed it. It was one of those films that really got me into Harry Potter to begin with, and I really enjoy the setting and just like, you know, how it made you feel like welcome in a world that may not welcome you. Yeah, that's my little take on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy this and other content that I do. Leave a comment telling me what you would change or what's your favourite Harry Potter film, because I know it's probably going to be a lot different to mine. Anyway, until next time.